Hey, hello everyone. Hope you are good and enjoying the coding. I hope you enjoyed the last two programs. So in last session we learned about the even odd programs as well as the sum of number range. In this session we are focusing on few more basic programs. So the first program will be a Fibonacci series. So before starting this program, so let's understand what is a Fibonacci series. So as you know, we have to print some sequences. Okay, Fibonacci series is also a Fibonacci sequence. Okay, there will be always a two default values, that is 0 and 1. If we have to generate a new number, then what we will do, we will add these two numbers and we'll generate a next number. So the addition of 0 plus 1 will be a 1. Okay, this will be a next number. Then the first number we will remove and the second number will considered as a first number and the new value will be considered as a second number. Again we will add those two numbers and will generate a next number. So here at initial 0 will be first number and 1 will be a second number and its addition will be this 1. Okay, then we will not consider this as a first number. We'll consider this will be first number and this will be a second number. Then the addition of this will be a 2 and this will be a next number. Then addition of 1 plus 2 is 3. Then 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. In this way Fibonacci series will be generated. Okay, so let's implement this with the help of Python program. So I'm opening a Visual Studio and creating a new file, that is Fibonacci. As you know, in Fibonacci series what we did, we have considered a two value as a default, num1 and num2. Num1 will be a 0 and num2 will be a 1. Okay, I hope this is clear. 0 and 1. Then we will print this value because we want to print these numbers. Print num1 and print num2. This will be a num2. Okay, now we have printed these two numbers, num1 and num2. For generating a next number, we have to add these two numbers. Okay, so yeah, before generating this number, what we will ask user to, how much numbers user wants to generate. If user wants to generate two numbers, then we will generate this 1 and 2. If user want to generate 5 numbers, then we'll generate 1 2 3 5 and 8. In this way we will generate a number of next sequences. Okay, so let's take one input, that is number is equal to, we will use a input function to ask a user number of elements. Okay, then we'll convert this input string into a integer. Now we have a number. Okay, for generating a remaining number, what we will do, we will create a number 3. Number 3 is generated by adding this number 1 and number 2. Let's add these two numbers and print this number. Print num3. Okay, I hope this is clear. So for generating this number 1, we have added number 1 and number 2. Now number 3 is generated. For generating these two, we need to swap these elements. So now the number 1 will be this number 2 and number 2 will be this number 3. Okay, so what we will do, we will do a swapping. Okay, let's swap this number. Okay, number 1 will be a number 2 and number 2 will be a number 3. Okay, we swapped these numbers. Now for generating next number, we again add. Okay, but we already did this addition here. Okay, and we have to repeatedly execute this sequence, or we can say repeatedly execute this process. Okay, then what we will do, we will use a for loop. Let's implement loop here. For I in a range of this number. Okay, so if I want to generate a 5 numbers, then this range will execute 5 times. Then what we did, we have generated a next number by adding these two numbers. We have printed this number and again swapped. For next iteration, again we are adding these numbers and printing. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, let me run this code. number of elements. I want to generate only one elements, so the input will be 1. Okay, number is 1. Let's re-execute this. I want to generate a 3 elements. Number is 1 2 3. You can see here 1 2 3. Let's run this for 5 elements. That is 1 2 3 5 8. Okay, in this way it has generated the output, but this is not like this sequence. Okay, this is printing like 1 2 3 4 5. I want to print all these element into a proper sequence. What I will do, after printing a 0, I want to give some space, then print 1, give some space, print 2, 1, give space, print 2. Okay, so then we will change this print syntax. So in print we have used only single value. Now I am passing a next value, that is end. End is equal to space. When I print num1, then I don't want to give a new line. I want to give only a space. So that's why we can use a end. Okay, for this 3 also I am giving the same parameter, end is equal to space. Now let's run this code. Number of elements. Okay, and here we have printed 0 and 1. What we will do, we will stop here. We will take this input at initial level. Okay, and then we'll print the values. Let's run this code. Number of elements 5. 0 1 1 2 3 5 8. I hope this is clear to you. In this way we can print the series. If you want to re-execute this code, number of elements 10. See this 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34 55 89. Okay, in this way we can implement a Fibonacci series. Okay, if still anybody has any doubt, then comment me. I will provide any other option or approach to implement this program. Okay, so let's move to next program. Next is a prime number. Okay, so let's understand the definition of prime number. What is a prime number? A number that can be divided exactly only by itself and 1. So it means the number can be a prime if it is not divided by any other number except 1 and that number itself. Let's take example 5. So we cannot divide 5 by 2, 3 and 4. 5 can be divided by only 1 and 5. That's why 5 is a prime number. Same about the 2. Same about the 3. If we take example of 4, we can divide by 4. That means 4 is divisible by 2. Okay, so it means we can divide that number. So this is not a prime number. Okay, so I hope definition of prime number is clear. So let's implement this in a program. Let me create new file, prime.py. Okay, so again we will use the same syntax. Int input, enter any number. Okay, this will be the number. Now we want to check this number is a prime or not. Okay, as you know, if user has passed 0 and 1 or any value that is a negative value, so what we will do, we will just say that this is not a prime number. Okay, for 0 and 1 we can directly say that if number is double equal to 0 or number is double equal to 1, then we can say that number is not prime. Okay, I hope this is clear. Then what we will do, we will directly check 2 and 3. If number is 2 and 3, then we can directly say that it's a prime number. If number is double equal to 2 or number is double equal to 3, then we can say that number is prime. Number is prime. I don't want to do a calculation for these small numbers. Okay, that's why I am directly writing this. Otherwise you can execute this into a next logic which I am going to implement. Okay, for the remaining numbers now I am going to implement a logic. Okay, so let's assume I have given input as a 5. So then I want to check this 5 is divisible by 2, 3 and 4. Then what I will do, I will use a for loop. For I in range of it will start from 2. Okay, because we want to check the number is divisible by 2, 3 and 4, and it will start from 2 and end till the number it reaches to number. Okay, then we will check if number is divisible by I is double equal to 0, that means there is a 0 remainder. It means this number is not a prime. Okay, for not a prime I will just select one flag as a true. Okay, and if the flag, and here I will set a flag as a false and I will break. That's it. Else, what we can say that else print. Okay, so instead of this else, what I will do, I will just check if flag is double equal to false, then number is not prime. Else number is prime. So let's understand this program in detail. Okay, so let's assume initially I have passed number 0 or 1, then we are directly checking number is 0 or 1, it's not prime. If I am passing 2 or 3, then I am directly saying number is prime. If I pass 4, 5, 6, 7, then I will check this logic. Okay, then every time I will check, let's assume the number is 5, then I will check this 5 is divisible by 2, 3 and 4. That's why I have used here for loop. So this range will execute 2 to number, that means 2, 3, 4. Number is a 5, that's why it will stop. If the number mod 2 is double equal to 0, that means this number is divisible by 2, 3 or 4, then we will stop the execution because this number is not a prime. That's why I have set the flag as a false and I break. If this is not divisible by 0, that means again it will check for next number. If number is not divisible by any range, then we can say the flag will be true and it's a prime number. Okay, let's run this code. Enter any number is 5, number is a prime. Enter any number 4, number is not prime. Enter any number 7, number is prime. Enter any number 9, number is not prime. Okay, in this way we can implement a prime number. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, yeah, let's understand the next program. So find the largest number. Okay, so if you want to check any largest number from a given list, okay, then we can directly use a max function to identify a maximum element. And if you don't want to use any predefined function, then we can just implement a logic to identify a largest number. So next will be the factorial number. So what is a factorial? So let's understand what is a factorial. Factorial is defined as a function that multiplies a given natural number with every natural number less than or equal to n till 1. So if I want to calculate 4 factorial, then 4 factorial will be generated by multiplying its number with every natural number less than or equal to n till 1. That means 4 factorial is equal to 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is 24. 6 factorial will be 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is 7 to 0. Okay, let's implement this program. Again we will get an input from user with the help of input function. Okay, so this will be input number. As you know, input always return a string and we have converted that string into integer. Okay, what will be the factorial value? Factorial will be a 0. Initially I will do it a 1. Okay, fact is equal to 1. Then we will use a for loop or while loop. So here I am using a for loop. For I in a range of 1 to number plus 1. Okay, and what we will do, fact is equal to fact into I. I hope this is clear. Let's print this factorial. What is a number? 4 factorial is 25. What is a number? 6 factorial is 720. What we did here, so we have just declared a fact is equal to 1, because when we multiply this with any other number, so if it's considered as a 0, then 0 into any number will be a 0. That's why we have considered as a 1. So then the range will start from 1 to number plus 1. So here in definition we have seen, so if we have to calculate a fact, then we will start with 1 and then we will multiply 2, 3, 4 till we did not reaches to n. Okay, in this way we can implement a factorial, fact into 1. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. If still anybody has any doubt on this factorial Fibonacci prime, then you can comment me. I will provide the details. Okay, yeah, thank you. See you in next session.